My mother-in-law handed out gifts to everyone at Thanksgiving. Everyone except me. Then she laughed. But when I pulled out my gift for her, the whole room went silent. My name is Maya, and my husband Ravi's family. They've made my life hell for 6 years. His mother Kavita and his 2 sisters, Priya and Ananya. They're this tight little unit, and I've never been welcome. At first it was small things. Family trips where I somehow didn't get invited. Gatherings where they'd only talk about memories from before I existed. Making sure I had absolutely nothing to contribute. Kavita was the worst. She had this talent for smiling while stabbing you in the back. Excluding me so casually that if I ever complained, I'd look insane. Priya and Ananya, just as bad. Following their mother's lead. Throwing in their own little jabs whenever they could. And Ravi, he told me to ignore it. Never defended me. Never called them out. Just laughed it off. And said I was overreacting. I let it slide because I loved him. Thanksgiving was always at Kavita's house in Connecticut. She loved playing the perfect hostess. Weeks of bragging about her handmade decorations and her famous stuffing. A whole production. Every year I told myself this time would be different, that they wouldn't make me invisible. I was always wrong. We arrived that afternoon. The house smelled like cinnamon and turkey. Everything looked picture perfect. The moment we walked in, that familiar feeling hit me. I didn't belong here. Priya and Ananya hugged Ravi, then gave me these polite smiles that didn't reach their eyes. Kavita barely looked at me. Ravi didn't notice a thing. Dinner was fine. If you call listening to Kavita brag about Priya's promotion and Ananya's new house, while completely ignoring me, fine. I smiled. I stayed quiet. I didn't let them see how much it hurt. But then, after dinner, Kavita clapped her hands together. Before dessert, we have a little surprise. Every year she did this gift exchange. Really just her playing generous matriarch, handing out presents to show how much she loved her family. One by one, she gave them out. Designer purse for Priya, spa certificate for Ananya, expensive whiskey for Ravi. Even the grandkids got new toys. Everyone got something. Everyone except me. Kavita turned to me with a smile. Oh, we just forgot about you. Then she laughed. Priya laughed. Ananya laughed. And then, Ravi laughed too. It hit me like a slap. After 6 years of swallowing my pride, being ignored, being treated like I wasn't worth remembering, my husband thought it was funny. Something cold and sharp settled inside me. I smiled back. That's okay. I didn't forget about you. The laughter stopped immediately. I reached into my bag and pulled out a small wrapped box. Handed it to Kavita. Her smile faltered. She hesitated, glancing around like she expected a trap. The room went silent. Go ahead, I said. Open it. Kavita peeled back the paper slowly. Inside was a thick stack of documents. She frowned and pulled them out. Started reading the first page. The color drained from her face. She flipped to the next page, then the next. Her hands started trembling. Priya leaned over. Ananya did too. They read over her shoulder. And then I saw it. That moment of pure horror when they realized exactly what it was. Kavita's catering business, her beloved pride and joy, was in massive trouble. I knew because I'd spent months looking into it. She'd been underreporting her income for years, hiding money, claiming fake losses, dodging taxes in ways that were very illegal. I had proof, all neatly compiled, carefully documented, ready to be sent to the IRS. Kavita looked up at me, her mouth opening and closing like a fish. "Where did you get this?" she whispered. I took a sip of my wine. "Oh, I had some time on my hands while you were busy forgetting me." Kavita's husband, Vijay, snatched the papers from her. His face turned red as he read through them. "Kavita, what the hell is this?" Priya and Ananya started flipping through pages. their expressions shifting from confusion to panic. "Mom." Ananya's voice shook. "What is this?" Kavita didn't answer, because she knew exactly what it was. She knew her entire business, her livelihood, and her perfect reputation. Ravi just stared at me. He wasn't laughing anymore. Nobody was. And I wasn't done yet. The room fell silent except for pages flipping and sharp breathing. Kavita's hands trembled as she clutched the documents. Priya and Ananya looked at their mother like she was a stranger. Ravi sat frozen, staring at me like he didn't recognize me. I let the silence stretch, letting them feel the weight of what just happened. Then Kavita did what she always did when cornered. She attacked. "You little bitch," she hissed. "You don't know what you've done." I raised an eyebrow. "Oh, I think I do." She turned to Ravi, grasping for control. "Are you just going to sit there? Do something." Ravi blinked like he was waking from a dream. His eyes darted from me to the documents. Then he said the worst possible thing. "Why would you do this?" Not to his mother, to me. Like I was the one who had just humiliated him. Like I was the one who crossed a line. I felt something inside me snap. Kavita saw it. Her expression twisted into a triumphant smirk. She thought I would fold. She thought Ravi taking her side would make me feel small. She thought wrong. Kavita slammed the papers down. "This is fake. You made this up." Priya, still staring at the numbers, looked up. "Mom, this looks real." Ananya, flipping through the last page, spoke with a hollow voice. "These are tax forms." "No," Kavita snapped. "This is a setup." I smiled. "Oh, honey, you set yourself up." Her hands curled into fists. I leaned forward, lowered my voice. "Did you think I wasn't paying attention all these years?" Kavita gasped like I'd slapped her. "Did you think I wouldn't notice how you treat me? How you laugh at me? How you exclude me?" Ravi shifted uncomfortably. His sisters wouldn't meet my eyes. Kavita opened her mouth, but I kept going. "You've been committing tax fraud for years, Kavita. And you did it sloppily too." Vijay, who'd been silent this whole time, spoke up. "How much trouble is she in?" I tilted my head. "If she fixes it quickly, maybe just fines. But if the IRS really digs in," I clicked my tongue, "it could be bad." Kavita's face went pale. Vijay rubbed his forehead. "Jesus Christ, Kavita." Ravi finally seemed to realize how serious this was. "Mom!" Kavita whirled around, turned her fury back on me. "You ungrateful little... I let you into this family. I fed you. I actually laughed. "Let me into this family," I repeated. "Kavita, you forgot about me tonight on purpose, just like you've been doing for 6 years. She had no defense. Then came the twist I didn't see coming. Priya slammed the papers down suddenly. "How did you know to look into this?" she asked. I raised an eyebrow. "What?" Ananya narrowed her eyes. "No one just digs into someone's taxes. You had to suspect something." A weird feeling crept into my stomach. Because they were right. I hadn't started looking purely out of pettiness. I'd done it because of something else, something I wasn't supposed to know. Kavita was hiding money, not just from the IRS, but from her own family. That meant she was stealing from them. Priya and Ananya started flipping through papers again, faster this time. "Mom!" Priya snapped. "Why do some of these deposits say personal expense?" Ananya frowned. "Wait, why are there withdrawals from Dad's account?" Kavita froze. Vijay turned to her slowly. "What the hell is she talking about?" Kavita's eyes darted around the room. I could see her mind racing, trying to come up with a lie, an excuse, anything. But Priya and Ananya weren't letting up. "You told us you didn't have money to help with my house," Ananya hissed. You said you couldn't lend me anything when I lost my job last year, Priya added. Kavita was sweating. Vijay snatched the papers again, flipping through them with wild eyes. Kavita, answer them. For the first time that night, Kavita was speechless. Ravi looked at me, his expression a mixture of shock and betrayal, like he wasn't sure if I'd just saved his family or set off a bomb. I met his gaze and waited, because this was about to get so much worse. The silence was thick, like the air before a storm. Kavita's eyes darted wildly, searching for a way out. There was none. Priya and Ananya were both staring her down, flipping pages faster now, their minds catching up to what I'd already pieced together. Kavita hadn't just been cheating the IRS. She'd been stealing from her own family, and she knew it. Vijay, gripping the papers so tight his knuckles went white, wore an expression that shifted from red to grey. His hands shook as he stared at Kavita like he'd never seen her before. You, his voice cracked. You drained my retirement account. The room went deathly silent. Ananya gasped. Ravi's eyes snapped to his mother. What? Kavita's entire face twisted. I did what I had to do. You stole from me. Vijay's voice boomed through the room. Kavita flinched. I worked my whole life for that money, Kavita. We built a life with that money. And you? Vijay staggered back, breathing hard, his hands shaking so badly the papers slipped from his grip and scattered across the floor. Nobody moved. Kavita's eyes darted around, truly desperate now. I was going to fix it, she cried. Stop lying, I said. For the first time, I saw real fear in Kavita's eyes. Priya turned to Ananya. We're done. We're cutting her off. Ananya nodded immediately. Absolutely. Kavita's head snapped up. You can't do that. Watch us, Priya spat. Then something crashed. We all turned just in time to see Vijay gripping his chest and collapsing. For a split second, nobody reacted. Then chaos. Ravi lunged forward. Dad! Dad! Priya and Ananya screamed. Kavita's hands flew to her mouth. Vijay! She cried. Vijay! I was already on my phone dialing 911. The operator picked up. 911, what's your emergency? I forced my voice to stay calm. We need an ambulance now. The next 10 minutes were a blur. Kavita crying hysterically. Priya shaking her father. Ananya frozen. Ravi pale and trembling. Mumbling, Dad, hold on. Please hold on. And I stood there, watching everything Kavita had built fall apart, knowing this wasn't even the worst part, because Vijay wasn't just a man who'd been betrayed. He was a man who had lawyers. If he survived this night, Kavita was about to lose everything. The paramedics arrived quickly. The second they rushed through the door, Kavita collapsed into hysterics. Oh my God, my Vijay, please help him. She threw herself forward like a grieving widow in some dramatic movie. But I noticed something. She wasn't touching him, wasn't holding his hand or brushing his hair back. She was just performing. Ravi was the one gripping his father's hand, his whole body trembling. Priya and Ananya stood back, faces pale and unreadable. I simply watched. I'd seen this before. Kavita knew she was losing, and Kavita did not lose. So she tried spinning the story in real time, shaping herself into the poor devoted wife instead of the woman who'd just been caught stealing from the man she claimed to love. I almost felt sick. We followed the ambulance to the hospital. No one spoke. I rode with Ravi, but he didn't look at me. Not once. Not when we parked. Not when we walked inside. Not when we sat in the waiting room. It was Priya who finally broke the silence. Mom, what the hell were you thinking? Kavita didn't answer. She sat stiffly in a plastic chair, dabbing at her dry eyes with a tissue, looking like she'd been personally victimized. Priya kept going. You stole from Dad. You stole from all of us. Ananya shook her head. And you lied. For years. Kavita's mouth twitched. Then she turned to Ravi. Because he was her last chance. Ravi, she said softly, using the gentlest tone she could fake. You don't believe I meant to hurt anyone, do you? Ravi flinched. His jaw clenched. Then he turned to me, not to his mother. Was this your plan all along? He asked, voice low. Is this the revenge you wanted? Destroying my family? My stomach dropped hard. Kavita's shoulders relaxed. She let out a small breath. She just won him back. After everything she'd done. After stealing from him, from his sisters, from his father. After letting her own husband collapse on the floor, she was still more important to him than I was. I stared at Ravi, my mouth dry. Are you serious? Priya's head snapped up. Ravi, don't do that. Ananya looked disgusted. Mom did this to herself. But Kavita pounced. She leaned toward Ravi, touching his arm, her voice gentle and sad. You've always been the only one who really understood me. And Ravi let her. That was it. That was the moment I realized I felt nothing for him anymore. I stood up slowly. Kavita's gaze flicked to me, her smile small and satisfied. Because she thought she'd won. I let out a small breath. Then I laughed softly. Kavita's smile faltered. What's so funny? I shook my head. You, Kavita. You're funny. She stiffened. Ravi grabbed my wrist. Just stop. Okay. I yanked free. Then I let it all out. No, Ravi. You stop. Everyone froze. I turned to Kavita first. You treat me like garbage for 6 years. You exclude me, humiliate me, make me feel like I don't belong. And the second I fight back, I'm the villain. Kavita opened her mouth, but I wasn't finished. I turned to Ravi. You let them treat me like this, I said, voice shaking with anger. His face hardened. It's not that simple. Yes, it is. I let out a sharp breath. Your mother stole from your father, lied to your sisters, and you're still defending her. His jaw locked. I shook my head, tears burning at the corners of my eyes. You were never on my side, not once. And I'm done waiting for that to change. I pulled my wedding ring off, dropped it into his hand. His eyes widened. What are you doing? Leaving. Kavita sucked in a breath. Oh, don't be dramatic. I laughed again. Dramatic? Kavita, I just burned your life to the ground in under an hour. Her face twisted in fury. Priya and Ananya didn't stop me. Neither did Vijay when he woke up and learned everything. He filed for divorce. Kavita lost it all. And Ravi? He tried to reach out weeks later, saying he finally understood what I'd been trying to tell him for years. I blocked his number because I wasn't waiting for him to choose me anymore. I had already chosen myself.